So seated on either one or two blocks or a bolster between your legs or under your hips. This morning, whatever works best for you in your practice, to feel elevated and supported as you sit. I actually am finding that I like the support of the block for my body. So it's definitely a personal preference. And I know for some, a couple of blocks will be preferable to get you up. And you can take your heels a little further out or not, whatever feels best in your body. And once you've found your comfortable place, just as always, please take a few moments to begin to really settle in, closing your eyes or lowering your eyelids, whatever resonates with you. And letting go of all of the occurrences and goings on of the outside world. And begin by finding your breath. Making contact with that constant sweetness. The inhale and the exhale. And begin to slow it down. And as the breath slows down, feeling more settled, more grounded through the sits bones and the legs, the hips. Begin to notice your spine, encouraging it to lengthen from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. Relax your shoulders and relax your arms, your hands, your jaws. And again, find the breath. And from this place of calm and peacefulness, spaciousness within, perhaps there's an intention, an inspiration, a message, some guidance for the practice that is to come. And from there, let's begin our practice of metta. So, of course, you can choose whatever words might be most beneficial as you practice this morning. You can practice for yourself, as always. You can practice for another. You can practice for the whole of all beings. Whatever resonates with you. For this morning's practice, I'm going to practice for myself, and I've chosen some words that resonate with me. I'll share them with you. So I'm not sure if I like best, may I be patient and peaceful, or may I be present and peaceful? Maybe may I be patient, present, and peaceful. May I be grateful and wise. May I be kind and compassionate. May I be patient, present, and peaceful. May I be grateful and wise. May I be kind and compassionate. May I be patient, present, and peaceful. May I be grateful, and may I be wise. May I be kind and compassionate to myself as well as all others. And in all the moments that flow by, may I be patient, present, and peaceful. May I be grateful, and may I be wise. May I be kind and compassionate to myself and all others. Patient, present, peaceful, grateful, no matter what, and wise. And kind and compassionate. Let's begin our practice this morning with one Om, Aum, tuning into the parasympathetic nervous system with the sound of Om, Aum. Take a couple of cleansing breaths first. Deep breath in. And let that breath go. Another deep breath in. And let that breath go. And an inhale to begin. Thank you so much. So, for those of you who weren't here at the very start, if you would like to get a block or a bolster to sit upon, and then bring your knees together and your heels to either side of your hips or directly behind you. So it's either Virasana, hero pose with the heels out, or Vajrasana, thunderbolt pose. We'd be sitting right on, sits bones right on the heels. If that felt good in your body, you're welcome to sit in that way. Whatever resonates with you and feels good in your body, allowing you to sit up tall and lengthen your spine. And from here, let's take the arms out to either side. Draw the shoulder blades back and send your thumbs back. Good. Open through the heart. Maybe even send the arms back a little ways. Breathe into the pectorals, into the sensations in the front body. Maybe through the arms, all the way down the arm lines, into the thumbs, perhaps. And then taking a breath in, lift the arms high, draw the hips down towards the earth. And as you exhale, flip the palms, press them down. And again, inhale, press it up. Lengthen through the side bodies. Exhale, press down. And we'll change it up. Inhaling, lift the arms high to the sky. And as you exhale, twist, taking your right hand behind you, your left hand to the outer thigh. Turn to look over the back shoulder. Lengthen your neck, soften your jaw. Breathe. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, deepen into the twist. Another breath in to lengthen. And out to deepen in. And on your next inhalation, lift the arms up and over and take it to the other side. Left fingertips behind you. Turn to look over that shoulder if it feels accessible. Otherwise, you can keep your gaze right out in front. Nice, long, slow breaths in and longer breaths out. Softening the jaw and the face. And then take a breath in, lift the arms up and lower them down. Good. Taking a couple shoulder shrugs, nice and slow, revolutions of the shoulders all the way around. Feel the inner body as it speaks to you. And then go the other way. Good. From here, please take your arms out to either side and we'll take Garandashana arms. Inhale, sweep the right arm under and around. Bring your hands, either backs of the hands together, or you can hook the baby finger and the thumb, like so, or whatever feels good. Maybe it wraps all the way around. Whatever works in your body, take a breath in and lift the arms. Breathe into those back ribs and under the scapula in the back body. And as you exhale, lower down, opening the arms out in front, best you can. Inhaling, lift up. Breathe into the back body. Expand the ribs. And as you exhale, lower down. Perhaps you open, perhaps you don't. It's okay either way. Inhaling again, lift. And exhale, lower down. Release the arms, take them out wide. And as you exhale, other side, find your way in. Maybe it's different on this side. If it is, that's just perfect. If it isn't, that's great too. Take a breath in and lift the arms. Breathe into the space behind the back body. Exhale, lower down. Maybe the arms open, maybe not. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower down. And release. Good. Let's come onto our backs. We're going to practice supported bridge and possibly, well, we are going to practice Ardha Appanasana, which is when we draw a knee in and send one leg out. So finding what feels good in your body. If it feels good to be elevated on a block for Ardha Appanasana, then use a block. We'll come to the block. If not, please just stay on your back on the mat. Listen to your body. So if Ardha Appanasana, like this, feels good elevated on a block like this, then take supported bridge with me. Otherwise, please remain on the mat. Your choice here. If taking bridge, supported bridge, plant your feet hip-width distance apart. Press into all four corners of both feet. And on an inhalation, lift your hips, set the block on the first lowest setting, right under your sacrum. And take a few breaths here, settle in. If you've chosen to remain off the block, stay in constructive rest pose for a few breaths, just like this. Feeling the back body supported by the mat, the earth. And now, wherever you've chosen to be, take a breath in and draw your right knee in towards you, towards your chest, flexing the foot, toes to the sky. Keep your neck long and your face soft. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, send your left leg out. Extend through the sole of that foot. So on the block, there's a deeper hip opening stretch. And on the mat, there's a nice stretch there too. Press out through the balls of both feet, drawing the baby toes towards the shoulders. Toes spread wide, active feet hugging into the right knee. Maybe 40%, 35 to 45%, whatever feels good in your body. Stay with the breath. Press out through the sole, especially of your left big toe pad. And a few more breaths here. Breathing in and out. Opening through the hip, the psoas, the front body. Deep within. A couple more breaths here. And on your next breath in, enjoy a deep, deep breath. And as you exhale, lower your right foot to the mat, bring your left foot to meet it. Enjoy a few breaths just here, feeling the body, the inner body. And on your next breath in, draw your left knee in. Flex that foot, toes to the sky. Hug it in. Make sure you feel stable on your block, if you're on your block. And then take another breath in. And as you exhale, extend your right leg, pressing out through the big toe pad. Baby toes drawn towards their shoulders. Breathe into the stretch. Deep breaths in and out. Press, press, press out through the ball of your right big toe pad, especially. Long, slow breaths. Notice the inner body, the softening, the lengthening, the ease, the release, or maybe not. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, lower your left foot to the mat and bring the right foot to join it. Take another few breaths here. Relaxing your shoulders, your jaws, your face. Just feeling into the inner body. And then pressing into all four corners of both feet. Take a breath in to lift your hips, scoot the block out, and lower down one vertebrae at a time. Once you get to your lower back, extend long through your tailbone and then lower down. Having reached the mat, take a breath in and then draw both knees towards your chest, Apanasana. So let the thigh bones make their descent. Keep the feet active and dorsiflex. Notice your neck. If your jaw has, or your chin has lifted towards the sky, extend the back of the neck long and draw the chin back towards your chest, just a little bit. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, lower your feet to the mat. And we will take Supta Padangusthasana. Have your strap and take a breath in to strap your right foot at the ball of the foot. Press it up to the sky. Pressing out through the heel, draw the toes towards you. Take a few breaths, letting the hamstrings and calves respond to the stretch. And then take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, send your left leg all the way down the mat. Flex that foot as well. Holding the strap in your left hand, take your right thumb to the hip crease. Turn the fingers towards the thigh and press that hip and the thigh bone away. Do your best to keep that. Notice the length through your side body. Keep that and transfer the strap into your right hand, perhaps taking the left arm out in a T, or you can leave your left hand at your hip. You want to keep that left hip anchored to the mat as you take breath in and exhale, send the right leg out to the side, to the right side. Press out through the sole of both feet. Notice, if you will, that the more you press out through the sole of your left foot, perhaps the hip remains more anchored towards the mat. And then send your right toes towards the earth. Breathe here. Take some breaths right into the stretch. Feeling that opening through the adductors, the inner groins. Keep the legs active and notice your shoulders. Let them relax. Notice your jaw, the back of your neck, the muscles of your face. You can always take your left hand and press your hip down into the mat, hugging the muscles to the bones in both legs. We'll take another few breaths here. Deep breaths in. Long breaths out. Ujjayi breath, so helpful here. On your next breath in, use muscle energy to lift that right leg up to the sky. Change the hold of your strap. Take care with the buckle. Take a breath in. Open your right arm out to the side, and then exhaling, send your right leg over to the left. Do your best to keep the legs active, the feet active, hugging the muscles to the bones. And do your best to keep both shoulder blades on the mat. Best you're able. Press out through the soles of both feet, the big toe pads. And breathe. Notice your right hip. As it lifted up towards your ribs, press it away towards the foot of the mat. Hug the muscles to the bones. Breathe. Feel those outer hip flexors, your IT band. Feel that lengthening through the outer line of your right leg. The lateral lines. Fascia stretching as you breathe. Pressing that hip away. We'll stay here for just a couple more breaths. On your next breath in, lift that leg back up to the sky and find the strap with both hands. Couple of breaths right here, drawing the toes towards your face, press through the heel, and you can stay right here or option to draw that leg towards you. Press out through the soles of both feet, keep them active. Notice your shoulders, your face. You can bring your leg back up, vertical to the earth. Take a breath in and release the strap from your leg. Find the back of your thigh with your hands and bend the knee, lower the foot. And then take a nice rotation through the ankle. Go both directions. Point and flex your foot. And then please reach around, take your right hand to your right foot for half happy baby. Breathe into this stretch. Keep pressing out through the sole of both feet. Notice your extended leg, foot. Hook the muscles to the bones in your left leg. Breathe here. Take another breath in and bring your leg back. Hug it in and lower the foot to the mat. Bring your left foot to join it. Take a couple of breaths right there. Notice your shoulders. Relax the shoulders, the neck and the jaws. And then find your strap once again, and we'll take the other side. Strapping the ball of that foot, lift it towards the sky. Take care with the buckle. And press the heel towards the sky. Draw the toes down towards the face. Just allow those muscles, all those fibers, to feel into the stretch, to warm up. Keep the leg active, hugging the muscles to the bones. Then take a breath in, and as you exhale, send your right leg away, all the way down the mat. Both feet active, toes of your extended, your right leg towards the sky, and then transferring the strap into your right hand. Hook your left thumb into your hip crease, palm of the hand to the fleshy part of the thigh, and press it away. Feel into your side body. Notice that shift. Notice the length along the side body. Do your best to keep that, and then find the strap again with your left hand. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, send the right leg out to the left, keeping your right hip pressing into the mat. Again, you can take your right hand to your hip, press it down, turn the toes of your left foot to the earth, hug the muscles to the bones in both legs, and the more you press out through the big toe pad of both toes, especially your right, you might notice your hip anchors itself down to the mat. Option to take your right arm out in a T. Breathe into the stretch. Notice the way it feels in your body, the sensations as they rise up. Press, press, press out through the big toe pad of your extended right leg, foot. And notice your shoulders, your neck and your jaw. Breathe. A couple more breaths here. Feel those muscles working and the stretches that are occurring throughout. Take a breath in and lift your leg, muscle energy, lifting the leg back up to the sky. Find your strap with your other hand now. Caring for yourself regarding the buckle, take a breath in. And as you exhale, send your leg to the right, opening your left arm out in a T, keeping both shoulder blades best you can anchored to the mat. Press out through the soles of both feet. Hug the muscles to the bones in your legs. Press that left hip down towards the foot of the mat. Breathe. Enjoy your breath. Big expanse all the way from the hip flexors to the ball of the foot, to the sole of the foot. Feeling the stretch all the way from the hip flexors up into the armpit. Breathe. Active legs, active feet, soft shoulders, neck, and jaw. Hug the muscles to the bones. 2 more breath cycles here. Use your Ujjayi breath. And on your next inhalation, use muscle energy to lift the leg back up. Find the strap now with both hands. Take a few breaths here as you press out through the heel of your upper leg, drawing the toes towards your face. Option to draw that leg towards you, pressing the hip away from the upper body. And relax your face, relax your shoulders. Notice the back of your neck, your chin. If your chin's lifted towards the sky, lengthen the skin along the back of your neck. Breathe into the stretch. Patience, presence, and peacefulness. Take a breath in and bring your leg back to the sky. You can slip the strap from your foot and then find your thigh with your hands. Lower the foot, bend the knee, and circle the ankle. And go both ways. Point and flex your foot. Nice and slow. Relaxing your face and your shoulders. And then reaching your left hand to your foot, your ankle, wherever it lands is fine. Come into half happy baby. Breathe into the hips. Keep both legs, especially the extended leg, active. Pressing towards the foot of your mat with the sole of your foot. Reaching through that leg. And drawing your left knee towards the earth. Big stretch. Take a breath here. And then finding the back of your knee, your thigh. Lower your foot to the mat and send the leg long all the way down the mat. Take a few breaths here. Just feel into your inner body. Relax your shoulders and your face. Take 2 more breath cycles here. Long, slow, deep breaths in and out. Notice the breath. And then please roll to your right side and slowly press up. Come to child's pose. Knees hip-width distance apart, please. Bring your hips back towards your heels, big toes together, and take it slow. Walk your hands out nice and slow. Lower down. Feel the back body. Ease your way down, even using a block or a blanket under your forehead. Take it nice and slow. Once you've arrived wherever that may be, breathe into the back body. Draw the belly in, draw the inner groins in and back. Become active here. Stay with your breath. Keep your arms active and elevated off the mat, pressing your fingertips towards the earth. Draw the shoulder blades towards the hips, away from the ears. Lengthen the spine with each breath in and out. Take some 3-part breaths into the back body, breathing into the lower back, the mid back, and the upper back. Using your Ujjayi breath, bring your hands under your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, and press up. Come to table pose, please. Turn your toes under. Big spread on the fingers. Press into the index, the thumb, and all the pads of each fingertip. Draw the shoulder blades away from the ears, down towards the hips, and let the heart sink down in between the shoulder blades. Draw energy up from the inner wrist to the inner armpit. With toes turned under, take a breath in, lift the hips towards the sky and extend long through the crown of your head. As you exhale, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Lift the belly, lift the back body towards the sky. Gaze towards the navel. Inhale, other way, toes turn under, extend long. Exhale, press away, tops of the feet, press down. Draw the belly in. Inhale, long and lifted, open through the collarbones and the heart. Exhale, press up, draw it in. One more time. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, press away. And come back to neutral. We'll take a twist. Take a breath in and extend your right arm out or up or both. And then exhale, twist. Keep your hips right behind you. And this time, let's take the left arm extended overhead and just bring the fingertips to the earth. Lift the palm like a tent. And draw the shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, towards the hips. Active arm. Relax your face. Relax the jaw. And if it feels good, you can walk your extended arm over to the other side of your mat. Maybe taking a peek under your armpit. Breathe. Know where your body parts are in space. Proprioception. So important. Another breath in and out. And then walk your hands back to where they began. Another breath in as you draw that shoulder blade away from the ears. Let the breath go. And then bring both hands under the shoulders. Press back up. Table pose. Other side. Take your left arm out or up or both and scoop it under. Bring your right fingertips overhead. Lift the palm. Notice where your hips are. Bring them right behind you. Breathe here. Keep that extended arm overhead active. Draw the shoulder blade down towards the hips. And if it feels good, walk the fingertips to the other side. Staying aware of where your hips are as you stretch through that right side body. Big stretch. And then walking the fingertips back to the right side of your mat. Take a breath here. Draw the shoulder blade towards the hips again. And then bring both hands under the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide and press back up. Take your knees wide, lift them. Don't drag them, please. And then sit your sits bones back towards your heels. And we'll take wide child's pose. Walk your hands out overhead. Lower your head to the mat and then drop your elbows to the mat and bring your hands behind your head. In prayer hands, fingertips to the sky, and then press just the fingertips together. Press your palms away from one another. Feel the energy in your upper arms, upper back. Hug those muscles, firm them to the bone. Soften your face, soften your jaw. And then lower your hands back to the mat. Extend the arms long. One more time, draw those shoulder blades down towards the hips. Claw the fingertips into the mat. Hug the muscles to the bones in the arms. Good, and then please bring your hands under your shoulders. Press up, long spine. Lift your knees back to hip width distance apart. And from here, we'll come back into table. Make your table a little longer. If your blocks aren't already at the top of the mat, please bring them. And once you arrive back in table, maybe walk your knees just a little bit farther or your palms forward. Either way, make a little bit longer table. Spread your fingers wide, firm into those hands, your foundation for downward facing dog. Turn your toes under and lift the hip creases up to the sky.
Keep your knees bent for a few breaths as you lift your hips high. And then if it feels good, you can begin to extend one leg at a time. Pedal out your legs. Take it slow. Breathing with the movement and moving with the breath. Lift the hips, extend through the back body, press the earth away, and then send the hips back towards the wall behind you. Then inhale, come up onto your toes. Take a breath here, lift the hips just a little higher. Firm the muscles to the bones in the legs, and on your next exhalation, send the heels towards the mat. And if they don't reach the mat, that's fine. Just a little intention. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and press forward into plank pose. Take a couple breaths here. Firm the muscles to the bones in the legs. Broaden through the collarbones, the upper back. Draw the belly in. Send the tailbone towards the heels and press out of those heels. Breathe. Enjoy your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale back to plank. Couple breaths here. Take a breath in with a long spine, and as you exhale, press back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to take a breath in and lift your right leg up, and as you exhale, curl it under and come into pigeon pose. Drawing the right knee towards the right side of the mat, dorsiflex the right foot, point your back toes, and maybe you stay here. Perhaps you come down. So a nice stretch through the outer hip flexor. And here, as you are in pigeon pose, draw both hips towards the earth. So we'll inner rotate your extended leg, thigh, drawing that hip, the left hip, towards the earth, and then externally rotate through your right thigh, drawing that hip towards the earth. Perhaps you feel a greater expansive quality through your back of your pelvis where the sacrum lives. Perhaps you begin to feel a little more extension available through your spine, a longer spine. And maybe you take your hands and lower your forehead to rest on them. Taking a couple breaths here, couple breath cycles. Here, good. Do your best to keep your spine long rather than hunched. If you find yourself hunching, come up. Better to stay up and long. You can use a block also. You can always bring a block under your forehead. Modify as best as is available for you in your practice. Doing your best to maintain alignment and the safety of your body. And then bringing your hands again to your mat, set up to press back into downward facing dog. We'll turn the back toes under and pressing into those toes and the hands spread wide. Lift your hips up and find your way back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, pressing into the fingertips. Lift the hips high, draw the belly in, externally rotate at the head of the arm bones, and then on your next inhalation, lift your left leg up, draw the knee in towards your chest, and draw the whole leg forward. So your right leg now is long behind you. Take your left knee out to the left side of your mat and dorsiflex your left foot. Extend the toes long on your extended back leg, and from here begin to lower down. Good. And then again, you can bring your elbows to the mat. You can bring a block under your head. You can lower down all the way, keeping in mind that it's most beneficial to keep your spine lengthened, your front body broad and open through the collarbones. So always best to maintain length. And again, notice your hips. Draw your left hip out and down, so an external rotation on the front thigh, an inner rotation on the back thigh, and you'll feel a spread through the back of your pelvis, through the back of your hips, creating space for the sacrum and the spine to lengthen. And I hope this feels good in your body. Breathe into the stretch wherever you feel it. Good. Beautiful. Couple more breaths here. Stay with those long, slow, deep breaths using your Ujjayi breath. Good, and then keeping nice and long through the spine, bring your hands back to the mat. Spread the fingers wide, firm into the hands, turn the toes, back toes under, press into the back toes and the hands, and lift the hips up. Coming back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. Feel your legs, your side bodies. No need to remain static. If it feels good to move a little, please do. Send your hips from side to side. Bend your knees. Pedal out your legs. Feel good in your body. With your breath. And on your next inhalation, bend your knees, look to the front of the mat, and step all the way up to your hands. Find your blocks and bring them with you. Uttanasana, forward fold. Press into all four corners of your feet. Lift and spread your toes. Lift your arches. Lengthen your spine. Draw your belly in. Bring your hands to your hips and firm the muscles to the bones in your legs. On an inhalation, lengthen and come up. Good. Standing. A whole new world up here. Send the fingertips down towards the earth, lift through the front body, and again, lift your toes up off the mat,
Take a peek at your feet. Make sure they're right under your hips, your hip sockets. And then with a long spine, lift your toes. Spread them wide. Press into all four corners of your feet. Make contact with your feet. Lift your arches. Muscle energy in the feet. And then lower your toes. Keep all that energy in the feet. Press them away from one another isometrically. Charge up the legs with energy. Draw the belly in. Draw the tailbone down. So drawing it down and tucking it, in my mind, are two different things. So not tucking, so we're not tucking the back, hugging the buttocks in. We're not doing that. We're just drawing the belly in. And as you draw the belly in, the hips naturally revolve down towards the earth. So just for clarity, that is what I'm encouraging. Draw the belly in and let the tailbone lower towards the earth naturally. Lifting the heart, draw the lower ribs in. So there's a tendency to lift the heart and the ribs just kind of pop out. So rather than having them pop out, draw them back in. Lifting the heart and drawing the lower ribs in. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back body. Spreading wide through the collarbones. Lengthen the neck. And feel a lift out the crown of your head. Take a couple of breaths here in mountain pose. Feeling lifted yet stable. From here, please bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra right in front of your heart, and we'll take chair pose right from here, keeping your hands where they are. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, bend your knees, send them forward like two headlights, and sit into your chair pose. Lowering down. Take a couple of breaths here, feel the sensations. Send the tailbone towards the earth, draw the belly in, lengthen the spine, open through the collarbones, and stay long through the neck, long through the crown of the head. Couple more breaths here. As you exhale, lengthen the legs and find your blocks in Uttanasana. Inhale, come halfway up. Long spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips and bow to the legs. Inhale, lengthen, come halfway up. Inner rotate the head of the thigh bones as you exhale and bow. Inhale, lengthen, come halfway up. We'll add on, exhale, hinge at the hips. Next breath in, bend your knees and frame your feet with your blocks. As you exhale, send your right foot back into lunge. Lengthen through that back heel. Draw the belly in. Press out through the heel. Inner rotate the back thigh. Outer rotate the front thigh. And if it feels good, lift up. Good. Couple breaths here. Nice. Next breath in, grow just a little longer. And as you exhale, lower back down. Anjaneyasana, lower your back knee to the mat. If it feels good in your body, lift and send it back just a bit further. Deep hip opener here. Sink down, but stay connected, pressing into the front foot, all four corners, draw the belly in and lift. Good. Option to take the arms out. Inhale, lift up. Option to take that little back bend in the upper back body. Keep pressing the lower hips, the tailbone towards the earth. Inhale into the front body. Exhale, lower down. Good. On your next inhalation, send your hips back, lifting the front toes. Bring your blocks with you if it feels good. Long spine. Press out through the front foot. Inhale back to Anjaneyasana. Framing your front foot, turn your back toes under and lift back up. Lunge. Good. Take your blocks to the side, step back, plank pose. Long spine. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Couple breaths right here. And on your next inhalation, look to the front of the mat as you bend your knees and step up. Find your blocks. Place your feet right under your hips. Uttanasana. Press into all four corners of your feet, and on your next inhalation, sweep the arms wide, root through the soles of your feet, and rise up. Inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Other side. We'll start with chair pose. Take a breath in, press the hands together, and as you exhale, sit back, chair. Draw the belly in, firm the muscles to the bones and the legs, and send the hips towards the earth. Long spine. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana, lift the hips to the sky. Find your blocks. Inhale, come halfway up. Long spine. Exhale, hinge and inner rotate at the head of the thigh bones. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Exhale, bow. Adding on, inhale, bend your knees. Frame your feet with your blocks. And as you exhale, come into lunge, sending your left leg back, press out. Finding all four corners of your front foot, activate your back leg, inner rotating the back thigh, outer rotating the front thigh, and option to lift up. Good. Breathe here. Extend long from the sole of your back foot to the crown of your head. Inhale, grow a little longer. Exhale, lower down. Anjaneyasana, inhale, and exhale, lower the back knee to the mat. Maybe you lift and lengthen a little more, and then point the toes, lowering the top of the foot to the mat. Perhaps walking your front foot a little bit further to get the knee right over the ankle. Take a breath in and lift through the crown of your head. Firm into all four corners of the front foot, option to bring the arms out. Take a breath in and option to lift the arms up. And take that small thoracic back bend, lengthening through the fingertips, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, pressing into the top of the back foot and all four corners of the front foot. Inhale into those front ribs, the front body. Exhale, lower down. Find your blocks. Take a breath in and send your hips back, lifting your front toes up. Extend long through that foot. Inhale. Exhale, walk your blocks forward. Turn your back toes under, draw the belly in, keep your spine long, and lift that back foot. Press out through the back heel. Grow long through the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale. And then bend your back knee, lengthen your front foot leg, and step up. Uttanasana. Place your hands on your hips. Draw your belly in. Firm the muscles to the bones in your legs, and then root through your feet to rise up. Tadasana. Take a few breaths right here. If there were some words that spoke to you during our metta practice this morning, perhaps your intention for the practice, see what speaks to you in this moment. Feel the breath in your body. Use your Ujjayi breath to slow it down. And then please join me. Come down to your mat and bring a blanket. And we'll roll that blanket for Mountain Brook. A little opening through the front body as we make our way towards a slower part of our practice. So taking your blanket like this, we'll roll it. Nice long roll, and then turn it. No, sorry, wrong words. Keep it horizontal. And it's going to come right under the armpits across the back body as we come on into constructive rest pose on our backs. As you lower down, bring the blanket under your back. And so the roll comes under your armpits, arms extended out to either side in a T. And roll the shoulder blades off the blanket so just the tips of your shoulder blades touch along the back of the blanket, the roll of the blanket, so they cascade off like a waterfall. And as you land in the back body, allow yourself to sink into your mat, into the earth. Letting all excess tensions or held energy just drip right off. Nice, long, deep breaths in and out. Feel the opening, the ease. It's my hope that this feels good in your body. Breathe into the ribs, into the chest, into the heart. Deep breaths in, long breaths out. Notice your neck once again. If you feel your chin lifting towards the sky, then just please lengthen the skin along the back of your neck. Draw the chin down towards the sternum. And soften your jaws and your face. We'll be here for a couple more breath cycles. On your next breath in, roll to your right side. Bring your hands to the earth and press up. Use the strength of your arms and hands. And then take your blanket and we'll roll it. We'll open the blanket one so it's like this. And then roll it the long way. And I like to always roll from the folded end towards the loose ends. So open that blanket one more time. Yep, that way, exactly. And then roll it long, and we'll place this blanket roll vertically on the mat. And depending upon your length, we're going to want to use this top part of the blanket and turn it under once to make a little pillow. But we won't do that until we've arrived. So if you're very long, you'll set your sacrum, your hips, right at the base of the blanket, or else you might lift and sit right on the end of the blanket. And then you use your arms to lower down, bring your feet to the floor, bending your knee, to the mat, excuse me, bending your knees. And then take the top of the blanket, and it just makes a little pillow under the neck and at the occiput, the base of the skull bones. So your whole head does not have to lay on it. Then take your arms out to either side, and your shoulder blades will cascade or sink to either side of the blanket, creating a shoulder opener, another heart opener, and a place for your pectorals to stretch out. And if it feels good in your body, you can take your feet together and open your knees into Supta Baddha Konasana if that feels good. You can always place a block under each thigh or knee to be supportive and beneficial, a beneficial friend, your yoga blocks.
Breathe here, deep breaths in and deeper breaths out. Simply letting go of tension. Opening up those fibers that get so contracted as we go through our days. In very natural ways, using our arms, looking down, reading, using computers or various devices, driving, cooking, all the things that bring our arms forward and our heads forward. This is something that we can all do anytime. Bring your awareness to your neck and the little muscles around the jaws, the lower jaw. Feel into the space all along the neck and into the upper shoulders. Relaxing, letting go. If it feels good in your body, you can take cactus arms. And on your next inhalation, if you've taken Supta Baddha Konasana, please bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs and help your legs back up. Coming back to constructive rest pose. Take a breath in and very carefully roll to your right side. Come off your blanket roll. Scoot that blanket away and you can come back onto your back. Once you've arrived on your back, come into constructive rest pose and lift your hips for a moment, sending your tailbone long and then lower down. Bring your knees towards your chest. Take a breath in. If it feels good, take your hands to your kneecaps and rotate the knees. Go both directions. And then come to a still point. Again, just a little more. If it feels good in your body, you can lift your head towards your knees. Get small. And take a breath in. And as you exhale, really slowly open up into Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Draw your shoulder blades under you. And balance your weight evenly on your sacrum. Let your legs turn out naturally and your palms face the sky. Lengthen the skin along the back of your neck. If it's chilly, cover yourself. Stay warm. And take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, send the breath all the way down and out the soles of your feet. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the breath flow through your body like a wave, taking with it any held energy that you wish to release. And one more just like that. And feel the back body. Bring your awareness to all the places where the back body touches the surface beneath it. Feel the heaviness along the back body. The back body heavy, sinking into the earth. And then please notice the front body and the lightness of the front body, open to the sky. Feel that lightness and the openness of the front body. And then feel the back body and the front body together, the heaviness of the back body and the lightness of the front body. Notice your breath, the inhalation and the exhalation. And feel your bones, your muscles, and your skin as they sink down into the earth. Once again, beginning to feel the sensation of the breath as it rises and falls. And as you breathe, perhaps your intention for your practice, or some phrases that might have moved you, rise up once again. And bringing your awareness to your fingertips and toe tips. Maybe some movement in those. Rubbing your thumb prints to your fingerprints, circling wrists and ankles. Taking any movement that feels good in your body. And then a deep breath in, big stretch, lifting your arms overhead, pointing your toes, letting go. Find your way onto one side. Take a few breaths right there. And then using the strength of your arms and your hands, come up, find your way to your seat. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, please. Bow your head to your heart. Thank your heart. Thank your heart for guiding you to come to your mat this morning and practice yoga. And gratitude for one another. Gratitude for all the teachings and practices that bring light to our journeys. And gratitude to all of our ancestors. All of the challenges and the courage and perseverance in which they met them, so that we have this moment right now. And gratitude for life and to life, for life. And please join me, send out some loving kindness, sending it out to all beings in creation. May all beings be happy and peaceful. May all beings be healthy and strong.
May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be filled with love and kindness. May all beings live with ease and grace every day of their lives. May this be so. And please join me in chanting one Om. Take a deep breath and we'll begin. Om. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste.